Hi, I'm Jenna, and on Cooking Companion TV, I help remove the gatekeeping around luxury ingredients so you too can have some everyday decadence. Well, duck as a main protein is not new to those in Germany and France and China, but here in the US, duck is often an underutilized dish. Duck has a rich, savory, slightly gamey flavor that is more similar to red meat than to chicken. Now, from duck breast to prosciutto to liver, which is in fact what I'm snacking on right now, duck liver mousse, along with one of my treasures from France, a cheap, or rather non-tariffed bottle of Saint-Estèphe. Duck is an incredibly versatile and elegant protein that is worth learning to cook even beyond the holidays. So in this video, we will dive into all about duck and go over a quick duck breast searing demo. After you get the skinny on this fatty protein, check out my other 3 videos to see unique recipes featuring duck, like duck confit parmentier with duck skin crackling topping. This is a must-try recipe for adventurous palates. Before we jump into how to cook this, let's talk about shopping, choosing, and prepping your duck. Now, shopping for duck is pretty seasonal if you're shopping in person. Wild duck is highly seasonal depending on the duck hunting season in your area. A farmed duck is easier to access since it's, more predictable. Now, specialty butchers and farmers markets are a solid start for farmed ducks. I found most of mine at the farmers market, and it's available year-round, I think. I actually haven't paid enough attention in the summertime. The butcher where I source the whole duck and the breast are from D'Artagnan.com, which anyone can order from in the US, and it's possible that your butcher is also sourcing from D'Artagnan. Now that we know where to buy, let's talk about what to buy. There are a few types of duck to purchase, and some have better uses for specific cooking styles than other, but only slightly. I honestly would not focus on this aspect of duck until you've decided this is your freak niche. And if that's the case, please let me know in the comments, as I want more obsessed foodies in my community. Now, different kinds of duck are Peking, Muscovy, Mullard, Rowan, and also Ellsbury, Saxony, Silver Appleyard, and Cayuga. I mean, choose the one that might be best for your budget or if you're trying to follow a specific recipe. In today's demo, I'll be using Peking. I think I forgot to look at the label. Speaking of which, let's get on to some of these demos. When you cook duck, you can treat it like red meat, so it does not have to be cooked as thoroughly as chicken. You can cook it medium rare or medium. I'd treat the breasts like a steak, honestly. It is still, however, poultry and can still dry out. I braised a whole duck, and while it was nearly perfect while it was hot, once it cooled down, it was mouth-puckering dry. And that may be why it is almost always served with a sauce of some sort. Typically, we see duck paired with orange or cherry, but I'm not into fruit and meats, so for me, it is red wine and mushrooms or a spiced soy sauce. I did make a caramel with some duck fat to brush on my whole braised duck, and that was a pretty perfect sweet and salty combo, but otherwise, I like earthy and nutty, like the sesame duck breast. So let's start with that duck breast. When searing a duck breast, do not remove the skin, even if you don't want to eat it. The fat will render from the skin in the pan, and we need that for cooking. To help with rendering the fat, you're going to score the skin with a sharp knife. We just want to break the skin, not get all the way down to the meat. You can do just one direction or a crosshatch. It just depends on how much fat you want to cook out. Now, see how my skin moves with the knife? I thought this knife was sharp, but obviously not enough. This is a little reminder to keep your knives sharpened, guys. And also, the breast has been sitting at room temp for a while. I think pulling straight from the fridge when the fat will be a little stiffer can help with this process. Now, it's seasoned with salt and pepper, ideally on both sides, and we place the breast skin side down in the pan with no other oil or fat, over medium heat. Actually, you have 2 options here. You can do a cold start or a hot start. Now, I did a hot start because I wanted a crust. I love a crispy crust on just about every protein. I don't think I'm alone here. A cold start allows everything to heat up together, and with a slightly slower, longer cook time, more fat renders out, and you get a more even cook in the meat and a thinner skin. I tried a cold start when prepping to braise a whole duck. starting on the breast to render the most fat. And this is how thin the skin got on the breast over medium-low heat. And once it's in the pan, you'll be able to watch on the edge of the fat how quickly it cooks. But if the heat is too high, it will brown too quickly and we won't get an even cook. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Now, how cooked you want it dictates how much time it spends in the pan. Once you see the skin is released from the pan and the meat is cooked about halfway through, we'll flip. I regularly, this is a side note, regularly run into my induction cooktop, fluctuating the heat, so it's a challenge to get an even or even a proper sear. This is good enough for me. Like, it's not burnt, it's almost. It's got a little crisp going on. And I threw in some aromatics at this point to add the essence to the meat while it cooks. At this point, it is helpful to have a thermometer to help you gauge when it's done. I like rare, so this is where I'd stop. My husband Francois prefers his a little more medium rare. You can also see how the high heat cooked just the skin and through the bottom, and the middle looks rare. Honestly, I am not bothered by this, even if it's not the most sophisticated cook. For the purposes of the demo though, I put it back in the pan. I know you guys can get squeamish about things looking undercooked. I just want to show you more of a medium doneness. After a few more minutes at a reading at 165, this is what the inside looks like. This was perfect when the meat was warm, but it was tough by the time it cooled. So keep in mind how you will serve your duck when deciding on the doneness. I went on to serve this over pureed cauliflower with tahini and then brushed it with sesame oil and I rolled it in sesame seeds. You gotta see my other video for this recipe. I am so proud of this one. And voila, you have a delicious seared duck breast for a unique holiday dish or a little everyday luxury at dinner time. I get it, duck can feel intimidating, but once you try it, I don't think you'll ever skip it again. For more recipe inspiration, check out the full playlist on the series where I show you how to make duck confit parmentier with duck skin crackling topping, the sesame duck breast with tahini cauliflower puree, Chinese braised whole duck, and duck liver mousse, which is an annual tradition for me once the weather gets a little cooler. It's my winter rot buddy when I just want to curl up and stare at the snow falling. It really hits the spot. Even duck prosciutto has become a staple in our household. My husband loves to make it. It's a challenge and he loves the science of it. Remember, you don't need to go to a 3 or even 1-star Michelin restaurant to eat a little luxuriously from time to time. Food, yes, even the fanciest of foods, is for everyone, even home cooks like us.